Bobby Manning here. Welcome to a news edition of the Garden Report. I want to catch up on some news from last week. Wasn't around and did see quite a bit of the start of the World Cup. Of course, love the World Cup. Some exciting results so far. None bigger than Latvia's 26-12 run to stun France and advance in the second group stage, where they'll play Spain and likely Brazil to try to get to the knockout stage. No Kristaps Porzingis, of course, doing it with Davis Bertans. Standout performance from Artur Zagers as their point guard, and a number of other double-figure scoring contributors on the Latvian national team. Porzingis there, watching on the sideline, clearly excited. This is a Latvian national team playing in its first World Cup and advancing beyond what many would have predicted, with Canada and France in their group. France winning today, but eliminated in the first group stage. A team that has challenged the U.S. in the past, who also advanced. They're going to play Jordan tomorrow to try to win their group outright, which they'll probably do anyway. So they'll be on to play Montenegro, Lithuania, teams that feature Nikola Vucevic, Jonas Valanciunas. The big story, though, from a Celtics standpoint here is that Porzingis spoke to a site in Latvian. Nothing groundbreaking here from Porzingis, but pretty revelatory in that, given the plantar fasciitis that knocked him out of World Cup play, he goes into the origin of it, the reaction from the Celtics, who wanted him to stay in Boston once it was determined that he wasn't going to play in the World Cup, and he wanted to stay with Latvia. Porzingis, describing the injury, said, "The foot hurts after exercise, feel almost nothing when walking. It's a really funny injury. I have an idea of what the origin might be, but it's something that builds up over the course of a career and pops out at one point. It got worse during the training process. When it started to hurt, then I couldn't get rid of the inflammation either." He'll be ready for the start of the NBA season, he says. 4 to 6 week plan, which we've talked about. He now has to follow. Feelings are good. I'm not in shape that I can play and train fully, but going step by step, everything should be fine. And again, Boston wanted me to continue my recovery there, but I told them it was very important for me to be with my national team, even though I wasn't playing. They supported my decision. Also, most likely, I will have a long season ahead of me there. It is important now to spend time with my teammates in the national team, family at home. Boston respected all of that and supported me. So what do you take from that? Obviously, how this plays out will determine quite a bit of the perception of this move. Does Porzingis show up, recover quickly into training camp, hit the ground running, and then start the regular season on fire? No one will even remember this. However, if the plantar fasciitis lingers, if the recovery process doesn't go as smoothly out in Asia over the next couple weeks or however much longer Latvia will play here, it could be over by the end of the week if they lose in second round group play with Spain, Brazil, potentially part of their group there, along with Canada, who beat them today. So it couldn't be too much longer before we see Porzingis in Boston. But if Latvia scores another upset, a couple weeks longer out there, they go on a little bit of a run here, he won't be at the Auerbach Center for a little bit while here. And you do wonder what kind of shape, what kind of condition he'll show up in here. Of course, my initial reaction to the injury was surprised that this wasn't just a excuse to get out of the tournament. It was a real injury that knocked him out. And Latvia's coach actually spoke on this too, saying that he was frustrated about losing Porzingis. No surprise there. It was frustrating because I always hoped that things would work out, even a few days before we started playing. Hope up until days before the World Cup merged that Porzingis might be able to get this out. You saw him in the workouts, even after the initial reporting said that there was some doubt growing that he was going to play in this tournament. And ultimately, I think in coordination with the Celtics, they decide to shut him down ahead of this tournament, which I think some of that frustration speaks to that from the Latvian standpoint. He stays out there. He'll stay out there for the remainder of the tournament, which second round of group play goes to the end of this week. And we'll see when he arrives in Boston after that to start acclimating with teammates, which, as we've talked about here on the Garden Report, is going to be important. Getting to know them, getting to work with the coaching staff, getting prepared for what they'll be pressed in doing this year. So that's the Porzingis news. More to come. A couple reports on players that the Celtics may be interested came out last week as well. We'll dive into that and do a live edition of the Garden Report, a fun live edition planned for this week on Wednesday night. We are brought to you by Fanduel. Head over to fanduel.com/Boston right now for their new offer entering this NFL season. There's a great one we threw at you about Super Bowl futures. Those are still available if you want to head over there and pick a Super Bowl winner. But right now, if you head to fanduel.com/Boston, you know that URL well by now. Head over there, and they are currently offering money off on NFL Sunday Ticket. So if you want to watch all these games that you're wagering on, they're going to give you a big discount on NFL Sunday Ticket, $100 off right now at fanduel.com/Boston. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. Love that. And $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Now's the best time to join FanDuel with offers like that. The app's easy to use, and you can bet on everything from spreads to player props and more. So visit fanduel.com/Boston and kick off the NFL season with an offer you don't want to miss. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL, as well as an official sports wagering, the official sports wagering partner of CLNS Media. Shout out to HelloFresh as well. One real quick. FanDuel.com/Boston. Again, $200 in bonus bets, $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV. So go check that out. $5 bet, $10 minimum deposit. There you have it. FanDuel.com/Boston and HelloFresh. HelloFresh.com/CLNS50. Head over there, get 50% off and free shipping. It's almost fall. You don't want to be with your busy schedule, back to school, and all the rest in grocery stores. You don't want to be paying big money for delivery right now, and eating out, forget about it. It's just gone through the roof. It's 25% cheaper than takeout. You get all the customizability. You get different themes, and you can, again, customize when it comes. It's affordable, fun, easy. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. It's HelloFresh.com/CLNS50. Head over there, use the code CLNS50 for 50% off and free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/CLNS50. Use the code CLNS50 for 50% off and free shipping. I'm Bobby Manning, back with more news. Check us out, Celtics All Access, CLNS Media, as we get closer and closer to training camp. Just about a month from now. Training camp here before you know it for the Celtics. And the Garden Report will have it all covered, CLNS Media, all covered, press conferences, and all the rest available over on the main channel as well. Talk to you later in the week.